This video was sponsored by Paradox Interactive. Hello everyone, Pigeon here. Today we've got a special video for you. We're doing the 6-7 challenge in hoi4 as historical Japan with the new DLC No Compromise, No Surrender, available on November 20th. If you don't have hoi4 and want to check it out, the base game is free to play on Steam from the 20th to the 24th of November. So you might be asking, what's the 6-7 challenge? Well, long ago, there was a meta that old-timers called 7-2s. That is 7 infantry and 2 artillery. For many reasons, this configuration is no longer all that great. It's still usable, but honestly, there are much better options. So I've been asking myself, what if 6-7 was a better composition? Probably not, but hey, it's 6-7. Maybe we can get 67 divisions in the field, or 67 air wings, or 67 light cruisers. Editor Pigeon here. Before we get into it, I just want you to know that I call it a challenge a few times, but honestly, after using these divisions, they perform quite well. Spoilers. I would go as far as saying that it's a viable strategy or meta for Japan. That's the reason for the title. All right, let's get into it.
And I'm seeing we've got new flags, and we've got some stuff. So there are some changes. So let's get into this. Let's look at the map. Yeah, you can see Japanese Empire, new Chinese warlord. We'll do an Iron Man game. All right, let's start off. We're gonna do research, militarism, and early industrial efforts. Okay, so we have some negatives. Some national spirits. Hurting our research speed. That's unfortunate, but hopefully we can fix that. Yeah, new focus tree. Right. Okay. Today's plan is to do the historical path, but I'll explain what's going on here. So it looks like we have a new incident, or this purge here. Now, I believe this one is the historical path. I could be wrong, but this is the path I will take today. Just looking, because I do recognize a lot of these. This leads us down to the Greater East Asia Coast Prosperity Sphere, the historical path. So that's what we're going to be doing. I also noticed in reading, look over here, Meijung is not our puppet. However, Menjuko is. So, I've seen in here at some point, before we go to war, we need to get to this focus and they'll become a protectorate. I don't know how this works, but they may stay neutral if I don't have them as a puppet, but they may also join. So there's a couple mills here, 2 mills here, there's 2 mills. I want to go to war as soon as possible. So I'm going to grab these. This also gives us a bonus. I believe we go right side. This side was looking like the proper side. Again, if this is wrong, guys, I apologize, but this is the path we'll be. And I do want to get to war with China as soon as possible. And I did notice here, because I was looking for where Marco Polo is, Marco Polo is not actually a thing. It's some sort of just triggered by this. So it's actually not called Marco Polo. Now there's a big thing here. Not going to be ready very soon because we are doing these 6-7s. I need 55 XP in order to do the 6-7 division. So we're basically going to be waiting on that, but we also need a ton of equipment. I've actually tabbed out and done a little bit of spreadsheeting just to get the numbers down. I want to get as many units in the field as possible, and it's going to require a ton of artillery. So I did the ratio, and it looks like if we do 1, 2, and 4 for artillery, we should be able to good ratio. So this is the ratio that we need to maintain. Basically 4-2-1. Might be able to get 1 there as well. The plan is to get 2 here, 2 here right off the bat. Some mills and delete my army. Yeah. Keep this artillery genius as well. Alright, we're grabbing this guy. Yeah, okay. So we'll be able to hire him later. We got a little bit of XP. Yeah, we're just gonna grab these 2 factories. Army plans for expansion. What do they want? They want a bigger army. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get 67,000, 667,000, whatever. I'm not getting 600,000 in the field. It's not happening. It's 600 days is a lot longer. Oh, look at this! The Great Wall of China was added. And they submit to our rule. Yeah, so I was looking through the industrial concerns for Japan. This is really good. Want to keep your stability up? I wish every country had this. Need 1 more factory for 67 factories. Need 5 more XP. 67 factories, let's go! 6-7s! 55, alright. What we've been waiting for. We're gonna make the infamous, the super famous, the best 6-7s. All right, let's talk about this for a little bit. They're not super great for org. They're not super great for HP, especially for an infantry unit. This should be not a great breakthrough value. And combat width is a weird number at 33. Not the end of the world. It's not the worst. Main redeeming quality? Yeah, that's our soft attack. November 36. I'm hoping we can get some nice soft attack values. Again, I haven't tested this, so this could be a complete failure. Even get, oh, I might not even get out. Oof, it's gonna be rough, guys. Yeah, I just want to make sure we're getting a lot of supply. 6. It looks like this is what I've got. What I've got right now. Yeah, let's try to bring them over. And demands more artillery. What do you mean? That's so much artillery. Oh, that's all I built. I wanted to talk a little bit about the changes to officer corps and doctrines. Now under Army, Navy, and Air Force Command, it'll show all of the options, even if you don't have that doctrine selected. And there are a few extra ones that have been added in, but some stuff's been moved around. It looks like Professional Officer Corps is now under Spirit of Academy. I'm not going to go too deep into this, but there are some changes. Things have been moved around and some values have been changed just because of how doctrines have changed. But yeah, this has been revamped a little bit. The biggest thing is actually going to be under the Doctrine tab. So land, naval, and air doctrines now all have a Grand Doctrine. Under the Grand Doctrine, these can be switched. These can be switched if you have 100 XP. It will reset your mastery, so if you do take a different doctrine, you want to grab it early. Each one of these will have different milestones. So this one under the infantry tab will give you max entrenchment if you get full mastery. This one will give you coordination if you get full mastery with artillery. And then of course, if this changes, these will also change as well. All of these milestones will be different for each Grand Doctrine. However, the sub-doctrines, which is this thing here, these are all the same for all the doctrines, at least at the time of recording. Once you've selected something, as you gain mastery, as you use that unit, as you train those units, or whatever it is, if it's artillery, if it's armor, operations, as you do that, you will gain mastery and unlock this. So at 100 mastery, you'll get this bonus. At 200, you'll get this bonus. And then at 500, you'll unlock the full thing, getting the milestone as well. This is the same for naval doctrines and air doctrines. Some things have been moved around, but there are similar bonuses. So you may see some of them, they were in the previous doctrines, but there's also some that are completely different. So I'm going to have videos specifically on each one of these doctrines. So stay tuned for that. And the only thing that's really been changed in the special forces, as far as I can tell, is they've added rangers. We're not actually going to be using them this game, but yeah, they are a new thing in hoi4. They're essentially Marines or Mountaineers, but for forests. So, you know. I'm going to grab our art. I don't know if I have I think I'm going to have to do something. A little cheesy. But if I use my colonial troops as a defensive line, it's still in the spirit of the challenge, as long as I don't use them to attack. Want to give me the land if we're not going to war? There we go. We'll pay for that. There we go. Okay, so we did get that airport. Yeah, it looks like, okay, so we're at least war at the north. Yeah, they're very weak on the border. I'm going to make the rule that I can't attack with these colonial divisions. Look, I think this is still the challenge. Like, guys, I just don't have enough divisions. Look, I'm making my own challenges, right? Like, whatever's fun for me, you know. Come on. What are these stats looking like? What do you think, guys? 2 urban tiles, a forest tile? No, a mountain tile. Bro. Even with the terrain? 300. Let's go. I don't even have that many country bonuses. But I got 10. Yeah, let's war bombardment. And it's negative 16? Whoa. Yeah, what I want to do is get supply hubs really quickly. Work our way down to here. And then we kind of have to think about like what stages we're probably want. These are good planes for encirclement. I want to maybe rush this. Then obviously want to cross the river. The encirclements push. Maybe we invade this here, or like to open up. Crossing the river doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. 300. Let's go. Keep going. I'm gonna keep it 6 sevens. No funny numbers. I just wish there was a funny number. That was fun. Oh, because like all their supply, their BPs are right there. We still have like a month until we're gonna get anything above 17. We haven't lost anything. They've lost a K already. I think we can. So close. Wish there was a funny number, but there isn't. No, there's no 6-7. Just while we're waiting, I'm gonna set up the. Yeah, so we have 1 on 3 divisions. And 2. That's all I have. Because our naval cap is so much. And it's gonna take 50 days. Wow. 6 days for that one. 6 days. These red icons. Really what's going to be killing. Ooh. Alright, 400 to 8. Naval battle? Ooh. Get wrecked, China. I'm going to need more units. Look at all these units. Now, I can do quite a bit of damage with, like, with 1 on each tile, but it's good to have more. You know what, guys? Yeah, so we have really good encirclement potential here. So I think that should be a here. Right. Can attack this. Do quite a bit. Red bubble. 3 units. Pick it before. No organization. I might actually win this. This is kind of the good thing about having really high soft attack, is you can just win these battles because you don't take any damage. Let these guys organize. Where's my planning, dude? Okay. Practically. So, alright, so I think they are moving out of here. 6k to 100. Not too bad. Yes. So, yeah, they're trying to retreat out of these tiles, and nice little squishy pocket. Get caught again. Get caught again. Want to hit the sides? Hit the sides, and then especially on these tiles. All right, supply hub 2 tiles away. Oh, buddy. This is getting greedy. As long as he doesn't walk into that. You would not want to do this against a player. Get out greed. Hurts. Call an ambulance, but not for me. Right. How many we got here? 1, 2, 5, 6. 1, 7, 6, 7. Oh my god. 13 units. Happy. Pop, 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 pop. Love it. Feels good seeing those little helmets. Yeah. Yeah. Buddy. All right, look. There's a tile here. Here's a tile here. You know what I mean? Is that 8 units just sitting there? Thumbed up. Oh, you're leaving now? Are you leaving now? But why? Well, they still do have. Oh, no, they don't. I was gonna say they have like 100 units. Well, I guess the entire Chinese. 250,000. We take those numbers. Right, yeah. Not too bad. We got 6 units. Read of the American terms. You know what? What's the worst that could happen? Starting to look a little weak. I've been switching them. Probably. I'm trying to think here. We want to keep looking for encirclement opportunities. Here. Push there. I'm just going to do a general battle plan push until the next line. They're retreating. We just do it. Green across the board. And because they're weak, I should be able to get to Nanjing. Running this supply hub. Grab the rail line. We're gonna snake. We're gonna manually snake. Okay, that's 2 there. Alright, we're keeping the capital. Soon this will change our stuff. However, we get to do something I was really excited about. So this here, concentrated fire, negative 0.8 per combat. Let's take a look at our 6-7. All right, the 6-7s right now have a 33 combat width, but this sub-doc get combat width 0.8, negative 0.8. Click it, boom, 7.4. That's good. You know, I can get 3 full divisions in on a plains tile without getting a combat width penalty, whereas previously, this is like gonna increase your damage so much. 14. Look at the casualties, 14,000 to 500. I touched that. Oh, they're so close. Okay. Because they're close, I just want to look at the count. Yeah, 18,500. Come on! Go! Let's go! Yeah. Do have a ton more factories. You know what? Yeah, we're in a really good position now. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. If this video gets 67,000 views, or 6,700 likes, or 670 comments, I'll make a part 2. Okay, bye!